What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today's video is going to be a full tutorial, review, all that kind of stuff on the new peach collection from Too Faced. I wasn't planning on doing this video, and then they sent an entire freaking fridge in the mail with all of the products from the peach collection, so I thought that I would do this video. And plus, some of you guys have requested it, so here we are. The palette looks amazing. I can't wait to try it out. I don't really know how I feel about anything else except for the bronzer. I already know that I like this. I have already tried this, so there's that. But yeah, please subscribe and let's get started. I'm in a really weird mood today, just a warning. I don't know. Today's a really weird day. I'm gonna start with the Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. It's infused with peach and sweet fig cream. I think that's like the theme with everything, but yeah, this is the primer. It's supposed to be like a mattifying primer, so I'm gonna try it out. Oh, it comes out like a peachy color. Oh wow, that feels very, very matte on the skin. And my brows today, let me know how you feel about them. I accidentally used the wrong brow pencil, but I don't hate it. First initial thoughts on the primer, I don't like how it feels. I don't like to be oily throughout the day, but I don't like my primers to feel drying or anything, and that's how it feels. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. That's just my first initial thoughts. So now I'm gonna use the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. It says it's oil-free, 14-hour wear, oil controlling, and photo friendly. So this is it here. I put it on my hand and it looks like the shade Porcelain is going to work best for me. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna use my Crown C517 brush. This is the brush that I normally use for foundation. I have been trying out the Smith 115 brush and I have really been liking it, but for this video I will be using this since this is what I've used for the past like year. And then I'm gonna start buffing this in. I don't want too full of a coverage, and I'm pretty sure that this goes very full, and I'm just not really wanting a super full coverage, so yeah. Ooh, so far so good. I've seen a couple other reviews on this foundation and I've seen it go very full coverage, so that's why I'm kind of being very careful not to do that. But I think I picked a good color. This was the second to lightest in the group that they sent me. I'm pretty sure that these new foundations correlate with the shades of the Born This Way foundation, which I think is pretty cool, because at first I grabbed the color Nude and it was a little too dark for me, which is normally my shade in Born This Way, but that's kind of like my summer shade. And my winter shade in Born This Way is Porcelain. So, and that's what I'm using now, and it seems to be matching me pretty darn good. When I opened up the eyeshadow palette, it almost like knocked me out. It was very strong and intense. I don't mind this scent, but when it's just like overkill and overboard, it's like... Okay, so I'm gonna use my favorite concealer. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and I'm gonna bring that under my eyes and on top of any blemishes. I'm really gonna conceal a lot today because I've got some bags. And whenever I spot conceal any like pimples or anything, I take this brush and I just push it into my skin instead of like moving it around like I would with foundation, because I just want it there on that one spot. So I'm gonna go into the Makeup Forever H104 highlighter powder and set the under eye area. This is the Peach Blur powder. It looks like this. It looks like this peachy thing here. This is supposed to be a translucent smoothing finishing powder, and it has that peach and sweet fig cream stuff. So I'm gonna use my It Cosmetics number 7 brush. Comes out like pink on here. I'm gonna put it here. This is not translucent. Okay, I don't know if that really did much. I don't know. I'm gonna try the Too Faced Peach Perfect Mattifying Loose Setting Powder. Looks like this. And I'll use a little bit of this on the rest of my face. Not too much though. A little bit everywhere else. Looks good. I do really like that foundation. I think that that was like a good base for all this stuff, and I actually kind of like that powder. One thing that I'm not going to use is this Bronzed Peach Melting Powder Bronzer. I don't know. This to me is weird. I swatched it on my hand and it was very, very kind of like sheeny, shiny. It looks like this. I don't know. I feel like I'm not gonna like it. I have tried this. This is the Sweetie Pie Radiant Matte Bronzer. Looks like this. I've tried this and I like it. I do. This does give a little bit of a sheen to the skin, almost like a glow, without it being shiny at all. I'll just show you. I'm gonna put it on right now. I like the color that this gives, and I like the finish that it gives. It just looks really healthy. And it doesn't go too orangey. It doesn't go pink. I thought it was gonna go pinky because of the pink swirls in here. It just gives a really nice color. Okay. I wanna try out this highlight. I think it's gonna be pretty interesting, except I ripped the name off of it because there was like a sticker thing on it, but this is what it looks like. I'm pretty sure it's kind of like a cream to powder formula. I know it's gonna be really natural. I've swatched it. It looks kind of just like my skin color, but with a sheen. So I'm just gonna pop this here on my cheekbones. And then, you know what, I really do actually, I want to try this with a brush. Yeah, that looks good with a brush. I've heard so many people hating on this product. I actually think it's really pretty. It applies fine with a regular brush. It feels creamy, but it's like a soft cream. It's not like a, I don't know how to explain it. It's interesting. It's nothing like crazy highlighted in your face, which there are days where I'm looking for a natural highlight. Sometimes I'm just going out shopping with friends and I don't want to be like full glam, but I do want to highlight. This is kind of like that kind of sort of subtle highlight product that I would go for. I think it's really pretty actually. I didn't think I was gonna like this because I've heard so many people kind of not like this. To each their own. Yeah, I don't know about this color. Like, what? I feel like they should have went with an actual peach color because this is hot pink. It's not peach at all, but we're gonna try it. It's that same sort of formula of the cream to powder. Not bad. Not bad. It didn't go on that actual color. It went on a more subtle version of it. And kind of whatever about the blush. I like the highlighter. I like the bronzer. I don't think I'll like this bronzer. But now we can finally move on to the eyes, which is what I'm so excited about. So this is the palette here. It's the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. Which makes me think that they might be coming out with a shimmer since it says mattes. One thing I love about this is the packaging and the whole format of this. I like this. It's heavy duty. I like the mirror. And the colors look beautiful. I don't like the scent. On this one, usually I like the peachy scents, but when they're more subtle. This is very strong. I don't know why this is more strong than anything else. Like the bronzer and the foundation and the powders and stuff, they were very like light scented, but this is very heavily scented. I don't get it. All right, I'm first gonna go into Peaches and Cream, this shade here, and I'm going to bring this into the crease. And now I wanna go into Just Peachy, this shade here, and I'm gonna give it that more peach effect all over, I don't know. Okay, bringing that under the eyes here. I'm doing this pretty quickly because I gotta go. I'm gonna switch to a more defined brush. I'm gonna go into Peach Punch, which is this shade here, right here. I'm gonna bring that here in the outer corner. Blend that out. I do have to say that just like looking at this palette, it drew me in, and I almost bought it like last week, but I didn't because I already have so many colors that look like this. That's the only thing that kind of like stopped me from buying it. And then they sent it to me, so then it was like, oh cool, I can still get to try it. If you have colors that look just like this, you don't need this, just being honest. However, if you don't have these warmer colors or like a rich purple and a rich peach or anything like that, this is a great palette. I can already tell. You've got so many neutrals and then you've got a couple pops of color. But overall, this is a neutral palette. I think that especially the mirror is really great. This reminds me of the Jaclyn Hill mirror that she made with Becca in her face palette. Now, I never use that anymore just because everything in that shattered, but the mirror in that was freaking bomb. It was so good. And this reminds me of just a little smaller version of that. So it's very high quality. I know that's a weird thing to kind of talk about, like a mirror being high quality, but recently I got something that had like a really crappy quality mirror and I noticed a difference, and now I appreciate these even more. These colors are really pigmented, but they are also buildable. So you can build up color to be more pigmented. I want to go into Peach Sangria, this purpley shade here. This color is what kind of stood out to me the most. So I'm gonna bring this on my Anastasia A14 brush, which is my newest favoritist pencil brush. And I'm gonna bring it right here in the outer corner. Build that up to be very cranberry-y. And on the inner corner, I'm getting some fallout. I'm gonna go back into Peach Punch and blend out the edges here. But I do feel like it took away just a little bit of the pigment when I did that, so I will have to go back in and reinforce that color. I'm also gonna bring that Peach Sangria underneath the eye on the bottom lash line, closer to the lashes. In the middle of my eyeball, I'm gonna take Peach Butter, this shade right here. I'm just gonna pop that right on the center. I'm gonna mix a little bit of Peach Meringue, this shade here, and then I'm just kind of feathering it outwards into the rest of the look. So I don't want to apply any eyeliner on the top. I'm just gonna go in with mascara and lashes, and since I'm gonna do that, what I'm gonna do to kind of help the lashes blend is I'm gonna grab that chocolate dipped shade, the darkest shade in the palette. I'm just gonna bring that right here on the lash line. So I applied the House of Lashes Iconic Lashes and applied some mascara to my bottom lash line, and now we can move on to the lip colors. I have 3 here. Maybe I'll do the darker one. I think I'm gonna do Sunday Funday, and I'm gonna put Doll Face in the middle of it. So Sunday Funday is definitely a lot darker, more of like a darker nude, and then the Doll Face is more of a lighter nude. It's pretty. I'm quickly going to line my lips just to make them a little bit more precise. This is Oh Honey lip liner from MAC. I definitely like the lip colors. It's giving me my Subculture lip liner from MAC feels. I like the look. And then I'm just gonna quickly set my face. This is the Too Faced Peach Mist Mattifying Setting Spray. Let's do it. Ooh, okay, I like the peach smell on that. Okay, so my final thoughts on everything. I feel like everything that I had thought I was going to love in this collection, I ended up not absolutely loving. And then the things that I was kind of like, I know I'm not gonna like that, I ended up actually really liking. Very interesting how that can happen. I think it's so weird how, I don't know, I feel like people in general, we kind of make up our minds beforehand, and that's why it's always good to try new things, because you can be pleasantly surprised.
6.5 hours later.
I wasn't planning on doing a checkup at the end of the night. I usually only do that if I'm doing a foundation specific review, but I had a couple of things that I wanted to touch on. The lip, it's pretty much gone now, but it did last quite a while. I could taste it when I was drinking earlier. The foundation looks so good. It has a little bit of dew to it, and yeah, I do have the sunglass marks or eyeglass marks or whatever, but I was very, very, very impressed with the foundation. I feel like I've got just a little bit of dew up here and in here, but I think that this is like one of the only foundations that has lasted this long on my face and look this good without going crazy oily. My eyes started to get not tingly, I don't know, like a little tingly, but I was in my car and I had the air blasting, and I do have sensitive eyes, and the combination of the air on my eye and then I think the peachy scent of the eyeshadow made my eyes water pretty bad. And I was just driving my, whatever, and then when I finally got to a stoplight, I went to just, look in the mirror, check yourself out, see if there's a bat in the cave, and I realized that it was like all messed up there on the inner corner. I don't know what the outer corner looks like. It was watering pretty bad on the outer corner too. Nothing over here. Oh, there's just a little bit over here on the inner corner on the left, but it's mainly my right eye. But yeah, that kind of sucked. And this eye, I didn't even notice this eye watering, but obviously it's got some issues going on. So I just wanted to jump on here and do this quick little recap of my eye situation because thought it was interesting. And the foundation, I am very impressed with this whole foundation. I feel like my face looks really good with all this stuff. I'm really liking it. So those are my thoughts on everything. I think the standout products for me were the foundation and primer and like all of the face stuff pretty much. I love the Sweetie Pie Radiant Matte Bronzer. I really love this. I think that this gives a beautiful finish to the skin, and I love the color for my complexion. It just works. I'm definitely gonna try out this palette again, so make sure you're following me on social media so you can see what I thought of that eyeshadow palette going forward, because the colors are really pretty. Overall, I think it's a great palette. It's just, I don't know, I just gotta try it again and see how it goes. So yeah. that's everything for this video. Thanks so much for watching it. I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you later.